But yes, as I was saying before, my computer so rudely interrupted me. What I would like to see in the future is that when they know that they have a spot at a convention like this, at Gen Con or at what was it, Origins or something like that, or PAX East, something like that, when they know they have a table, if they know they have a spot, they need to get on top of planning their events so they can put out a newsletter to the players that, hey, we're having a tournament here. If you guys would like to play, make sure you get your badges and all this stuff beforehand. As I was saying before, they did have a whole lot of like, hey, we're rushing to get all this news post out. We're rushing to do all this stuff like that. And then they posted it on their event calendar website. And then a week later, they announced it to us. And it's like, guys, you got to do things in the right order. You got to announce it to us, put the event on the calendar, all this stuff at the same time, preferably within the same day. And that's what kind of their marketing team, that's what their event planning team, all those guys need to be really on top of this stuff now. Because people, for those conventions, people need to then, A, take the time off of work, B, make sure they get a badge for the correct day that the event is going on, C, sign up for the event before tickets get all sold out, all this stuff. They need to do a lot of prep work, like find a place to stay at a hotel or something like that, whatever they're doing for that convention if they want to come. And now that it's put out, and like I said, I don't blame them on the timing for this. It's just like, guys, in the future, really be on the ball about this, because now people have a little over a month to, if they want to come to this Platinum event, get tickets to the event on that day if they're not sold out already. Prep a flight or a way to get out there for that event. Get a place to stay for that event. Sign up for the event. Now they have a month to get a hold of the Uprising cards that are just on sale yesterday. From them, there are other stores that could get your hands on them. Like there's very little time to do all this stuff now. When if people knew about it, say a month ago, like 2 months ago or something like that, they could have prepped their planning, prepped their flights, all the hotel room, got all that set, so that when Uprising comes out, all they have to do is focus on, hey, I need to get my cards now. I have my cards. Do I trade for some other ones that it's been in the app? I can start building other stuff like that. They really need to start getting better about being on the ball for these event plannings. And I'm hoping that people do. I'm hoping over at Play Fusion, they take that into consideration, that they really need to start not really like treading water, but like staying still. They need to keep moving, and their event planning team, their marketing team, whoever does all that stuff that they talk to, needs to make sure they have like a step-by-step process of what all needs to get done in order on time, and they don't fall behind like this again. Because that does seem to be one of the things that Play Fusion has been doing lately. It's falling behind, or doing things almost at the last minute. It's one of those. It's like, dude, you had your store publicly like up on the day of Uprising, when you could have had pre-orders come through you, and that was like a missed opportunity, is to put a pre-order sale up for people to buy from you. But obviously the local game stores, all these other places had pre-orders, so that's great. That's good for them. But they literally put their store up the day Uprising went live, and it's like, okay, are you going to do that in the future and give local game stores and all those other people, like, give them pre-order options? Or now that your website is up, in the future, are you going to do pre-order options? Because if you are, that means this was like a rushed thing to do to get your store online. And you had how long to get your store up and running? It just seems like these guys are losing their footing. They're kind of stumbling their way to the finish line, and I'd really like to see them strive. I'd really like to see them succeed. And it seems like time management, getting all this stuff in a working order, really needs to start being a priority to them. I still think juggling two games is the problem. Possibly. I know. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that I think there's two separate teams, one that does Lightseekers and one that does Warhammer. I think it's like their marketing and event planning team has to plan for both of them, which is probably where the problem is coming. Is that the games are coming out like at their own pace. Obviously, Warhammer's going really well. They're sticking to their groove, and they have not had a misstep in them. It's us that we're kind of being left to the side. We're kind of being said, okay, hey, we'll get Warhammer done. Then when we have time, we'll get Lightseekers done, and that's where it feels bad. That's where it feels rough. is that we're kind of being left to the wayside. We're kind of being like, hey, you guys get the scraps after we're done with Warhammer, all this stuff, and it really shouldn't be like that. Warhammer is not their own IP like Lightseekers is. Lightseekers is their baby. It should, because Rob and Jade both did that Warhammer video. Exactly, yeah. I saw that too. They're coming up with another new set, and I'm like, wow, they have another new set coming. Okay, what about us? No, exactly. I think they're like I said, their marketing event team they're supposed to juggle the two games after the creative process and whatnot. And in all fairness, I'd have to literally like take down a note of what all they have to do every day for those two games. Yeah, 4 waves in 1 year. I just piston punched 2 cages. Nice, dude. But yeah, it's just the event team should be able to maintain 2 games. I don't know how large of a team it is. If it is just those 2 people, it just seems like their time management and time resources, they need to get like a better calendar system of when things needs to be put out, when all this stuff needs to be done. I know communication within PlayFusion itself is kind of lackadaisical, but if Warhammer is consistently on track, like this, there's no reason that Lightseekers shouldn't be. There's no reason Lightseekers should not be as consistently on track as Warhammer. All they have to do is make sure they're time managing themselves so that Lightseekers doesn't fall to the wayside, kind of the way Warhammer is doing. Not saying that they're fall to the wayside. Warhammer is doing great. Lightseekers needs to do the exact same. There's no reason one should be doing better than the other. If you're doing one thing great for Warhammer, there's no reason you should not be able to put that same effort into Lightseekers. Orc Frou haven't noticed much of a change with the cage. I mean, it's, in my opinion, with the cage, the first corner was never the problem, right? The first corner was it's the simple problem that every single deck that uses it only heals for 1. So it's really up to your opponent to trigger the first corner before it becomes easier to deal with. You keep finding glitches and bugs with Cage? How so? Maybe it's not a glitch or a bug. Man 3, I have not faced anyone with it, but I hope it turns out easier. Yeah, I mean, because every time I came up against a Cage, right? Every time I came up against a Cage, the deck was designed to heal for 1. And if it's up to me to rotate it 1 step forward, here's how I look at the card. And I made a video, obviously, for it. Layman's terms, the card, in my mind, the way they described it to me, was designed to be a tech card. Was designed to be a utility card to help counter a certain archetype. If they changed it so that it really much relies on your opponent to deal with the first corner, you have to then have your opponent play a tech card to counter a tech card. That doesn't make any sense to me. There should not be a tech card that counters a supposed tech card. By putting it at the first corner, they didn't solve the problem. They made the second and third corner easier to deal with, but it's like, okay, now it's up to your opponent to play a tech card to spin it forward, when in the long term, it's just like, I shouldn't have to slot in some of my tech cards to deal with a tech card. And that's just kind of Hatchling, Soul of War, and I think Crystal Core aren't activated for Cage. Major Havoc, that is not a bug. If you read cages specifically say they do not trigger effects. So Crystal Core would be an effect that it would trigger from 0. That is not going to affect it. Hatchlings is triggered on damage to rotate. That does not trigger the effect. Solar War is also a trigger on damage. So it ignores all of those triggers that would trigger from taking damage. So actually it's working just fine. That's the beauty of the cages. It doesn't trigger anything. It gets past Crystal Core. It gets past all these things. It's interruptible damage that your opponent just can't do anything about. So yeah, it's actually working just fine. It works just fine. But yeah, that's the thing that I still don't like about cages, is it's a card to help defeat a very difficult archetype in the fatigue matchup. And because of its power of the first corner being so good, it literally needs another tech card to combat a tech card. Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense to me of why a tech card needs to be put in a deck to counter a tech card that was designed to counter an archetype, right? Because now all that archetype has to do is put in a tech card to counter that tech card, and it boggles my mind. It boggles my mind because now everyone has to run either tech or mountain, so they can put in Flame Chain Warriors, or they can put in any of the time cards that rotate things forward, or everyone has to start running the key. Like, there's a lot of things to counter it, to help it, but that's fine. That's fine. You need more player interactivity in this game, and right now it's becoming, instead of making cages, they should have just made the cards that were the problem legacy. I mean, there's a lot of cards that were the problem, and a lot of them are legacy now. It's the simple fact that the fatigue matchups really relied on just playing combos, shuffling cards back into your deck, getting those combos back, shuffling them back into your deck, and playing the really, really long game without doing anything to your opponent. At my casual group, I played cages for one game, and even the new players saw how broken and not fun it was. Yeah. Everyone hates on Crystal Core. Everyone hates on Crystal Core. Like I said, I think Crystal Core just needs to get when it's broken, it's sent to the graveyard. That's all it needs. That's all it needs, and it'll be fine. Because I do think Core is a nice. It's supposed to be a tech card, right? Which in all retrospect, they need to. I'll agree with you on this. Core needs to get rotated out, and what they need to do for it is make it an unaligned weapon with the same ability, right? The same ability, but it goes to the discard pile when it's broken. Have it be an unaligned weapon. I think giving it Crystal is way too strong because it relies access to a lot of the control, the burn removal, all this stuff that Crystal has really good access to, along with not dying. And I think not dying is so strong enough that it literally could just be an unaligned weapon. Screw the messing with cards all the time, just take it out. I mean, yeah, they should do a rotation. And in all retrospect also, they could just do a beta testing to find all these bugs and broken things before the cards come out. Play Fusion, we're here, right here. They can do so much to this game to help it and fix it along the way that they just haven't. Cages are the only reason I don't currently run Core. I mean, I've beaten several Core decks with cages. Yeah, there's no point in running Core anymore if everyone's running cages. And that's the thing, like, you shouldn't have this tech card be so strong that people have to run tech cards against a tech card. No reason for it. But yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, a lot of people would. A lot of people would rather deal with Core than cages. There's. I mean, I could talk for like another hour about this stuff of what they need to do. Yeah, I mean, the fix to Core, the fix to Crystal Core, rotate it out, make a brand new card. Make a brand new card, have it be unaligned, have it the same ability as Crystal Core, but it goes to the discard pile when it's broken. That's it. That's it. There's no reason for it to have Crystal. There's no reason for it to get shuffled back into the deck. That's how busted it is. That's why it's one of the most played, next to Duskblade Tome, items in the game. H the Man. If cages did that, then it would not be the tech card designed to beat the archetype that it's supposed to be designed. Because if it dealt damage to you as well, then fatigue decks would still run supreme. That's the thing. They could make a brand new card that just does mutual 1 damage to everyone. That would be fine. That would be A-okay with me. But if it is that, then it's actually, yeah, that would go into a tech deck. That's pretty much Leaking Generator. That's pretty much just Leaking Generator. But they need to really understand the problem with utility cards in this game is the fact that they start out thinking of them as utility cards. They start out thinking of them as, hey, what's a card we can do to design to help counteract a certain archetype in the game? That's their thought process at the beginning. Then right after that, they flip a 180 and say, okay, how can we make this a constructed card? And that doesn't make sense to me. That does not make sense to me at all of why they should be thinking about a utility card and a constructed card at the same time. They're two different power levels. There are two different types of cards you need in a game. There's no reason one should be both. Like Cages of Oppression. There's no reason it should be both. I mean, there's a lot of, or maybe 3 rotating corners. If it was only out for 3 turns, it still wouldn't solve the problem of fatigue. Like that's the top of the line thing that you have to keep in mind is every fix you make to this card still has to be reasonable enough to keep it a utility card to counter fatigue. So what you could do is just have the first corner. If you heal for 2 or more, I'm just sticking with that. It's a really bad idea. I still think it should be 3 corners of 1 or more. Still think it should be my decision of 3 corners of 1 or more. But then as soon as you heal, it does just 2 more rotating corners. Then it just rotates out. It's no more clunky corners. The first one is clunky, and then it rotates for 2 or rotates out after 2 turns. Does it really stop fatigue now? That's the thing about Turtle. It stopped it so much that people don't even run fatigue anymore because everyone is running cages. Everyone is running cages. It stopped fatigue so much, it literally drove it 6 feet into the ground. It's not even a viable archetype because so many people are running cages. Like, as soon as Cage of Oppression came out, no one even decided to run fatigue anymore because so many people ran cages. It's a dead archetype now because that card is so prominent and so commonly seen in the game now. We've moved from one problem to the next. It feels that way. And it's because of not proper beta testing. It's because of not proper beta testing to find out, hey, this is busted. Like, this card is so good, it's doing too much for what it was designed to do. And that's where they need to really put up their game is the developers and in-game company are the ones who are testing the game. And obviously the developers, in my opinion, the developers should not be the testers, okay? Developers of your own game should not be your beta testers. Because when you design the game, when you design all of these cards, you design them to work in a specific way. You design them to have a certain archetype, to design a certain format of a deck. And then you play that deck, and you're tunnel vision into one mind of how that deck works, of how the cards work, and how they properly are supposed to work, the way you designed them, right? And with the person with that mindset, if they are also trying to find out broken interactions, trying to find out left field ways for these cards to work, they're not going to. And I run into this problem the same times, too. I've worked on several games, and I've played them the way I thought they were supposed to be played. And then someone comes in and is like, oh, what if you do this? And I was like, I didn't even think about that. Oh, my God. And they break the game. You need people who've never seen the game before, never seen the card interactions or designed them, to come in with a fresh mind, take it to left field, break it, bring it back, and be like, hey, I found this interaction. You should probably do something about that. And like, oh, I didn't even see that. Thank you. That's why beta testers are so important, is to get the outside perspective on this game, to break it the way developers are not even thinking. And if developers are your beta testers, your game is going to be broken. Your game is going to have flaws, and you're going to need to do all these errata changes the first several weeks. Because we, who have fresh eyes on it, will break it for you. That, like, they're giving it to us for beta testing, but they're also releasing the game. They're releasing the game without proper beta testing, and then everyone is complaining, be like, this card is broken, this card needs a nerf, and then they'll do these nerfs and they'll do these fixes, and it's like, that should be done before the game comes out. That's the reason beta testers are a thing. That's the reason they are part of the system. They are part of the pipeline, is for fresh eyes to come in, break your game as many ways as they can find possible. Many ways as they can find possible. Hand it back to the developers with those notes, with all those things saying, hey, this card is busted. There's way too many ways to play around it. It was designed to be this card. I found a way to really put it in a constructed deck. You need to tone it down a little bit. And in Mud Turtle, I know you've been saying it. I know a lot of people have been saying, find beta testers. Get beta testers into your game. And that's really what they need to start doing. I don't know, I haven't played but a couple times in 2 weeks, so I should get back in and see. I mean, in all honesty, I haven't played since last I streamed it, and I've been doing the campaigns. I don't like ranked. I don't like ranked at all. I like the first... I'm to kind of put myself way up on a pedestal because, you know, why not? It's my show. I'm one of those people that's like Criparian, and I'm sure many of you people have heard that name before. When a new set first comes out, that's exciting to me, right? Playing with all the new cards for the first time, trying to build interactions you can do. For like the first month, that's exciting to me. After the first month, when the meta settles, when people have found the refined decks, all this stuff, the creativity kind of goes to a lull, right? The creativity goes to a lull. You have the meta decks, you have the tier list decks, and then it's just tweaking the utility cards to make you climb ladder properly and more efficiently. That's what I don't like, is when the meta is refined, when the deck lists are refined, it really only the top tier players, only the next level players will come up with really innovative deck designs and play those and really just kind of shake things up at the top level. Otherwise, the middle to low tier, and I've been seeing this on Discord, everyone is simply asking for the tier lists. Everyone wants to know what the deck lists are so they can craft the cards and build those and climb ladder properly. But that's what I don't like. That's what I don't like, is when it's the same 5 decks over and over and over again, and it's a grind. I don't like the grind. I'm not a grindy type player. I'm more of a, hey, let's see what kind of new things we can do, which is why I love draft. That's why I say I'm kind of a Criparian player, because he also plays when a new set comes out. He'll play ranked for like the first month, trying out all these new deck types, trying out all these new cards, doing fun things, finding interactions with them, just to see what kind of fun things he can have against players who are also experimenting. Then the meta settles. Then everyone knows the tier lists. Everyone's playing their grind. They either play competitively to climb the ladder or whatnot. And that's when I want to jump in draft to still get that experience. To still get that experience of, hey, I'm tossed a handful of cards. What can I come up with these cards? So that's why personally I don't like ranked. I'm not saying it's bad. Everyone out there loves ranked. They love to play their game their own way, and that's awesome. That is awesome. I really encourage people to play ranked, so do really well in the game. I know Shibes is a really highly competitive player. I know a lot of people are, and it's awesome to see those names climb. I'm a draft player. I like something new every time. I don't want to come in here with the same 5 or 6 decks and just to see how high I can get in the ranking system. I want my experiences to constantly be new. And that's what makes the game fun for me, is all these new experiences every time I play. It's never the same game twice. Unless, of course, I play the same guy 3 times in a row. Fix your draft rewards, please. Please fix your draft rewards. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. And I don't even know where I was going with this. I was just giving an example of who I am as a player. But yeah, I mean, Play Fusion. Beta testers. Beta testers, please. Please, I beg of you. Shive says low tier ranked is still fun. I mean, yeah, it sure is. Low tier ranked is awesome because you don't have all the cards, and you're trying to build a certain deck with what cards you have to see if you can kind of make a budget format. That's awesome. That is very awesome. Ranked in silver and bronze is fun. Lots of diversity. Gold is boring with Curator and Xyle. Seen that a lot too. Everyone's running the same decks because they're like, all right, this is the deck you use to climb because it's the most efficient, gives you the wins you want. That's all you need. That's all you need, and it's perfect. Dear word, everything just happened on my screen. What is going on? People talking in general. Mud Turtle asking about the teams. I'm still battling with my Nature Vandal deck though, staying strong. Nice, Orc Frou Frou. Way to be the outlier. That's awesome, man. But yeah. Yeah, I mean that's I've given my spiel on this game. I've put out YouTube videos. I'm actually going to put out another one today of the top 5 quality of life changes the app needs that have nothing to do with the game, just simply how the app works and how to make the app feel better to play without changing cards in the game, without all this stuff. So I'm going to put that out later today. My Captain Rotbeard deck will say otherwise. Nice, dude. Everyone's playing fun decks. I love it. I've played Magic Genie in ranked about 5 to 6 times. Wish we'd matchmake with someone else. That's the thing. The player base just isn't there yet. As soon as the player base grows, that's all it needs is a player base to get an upstir, to really have people in the ranked and all these other modes. Because right now, from what I'm understanding, everyone's still playing casual. Because everyone wants to test out new decks. Everyone wants to try an idea. And they're going into casual where all the legacy cards are and they're hating it. That's what I've been hearing from a lot of people on Discord. But yeah, there's so much potential. There's so much potential for the game. And it all comes down to PlayFusion as a company improving themselves, right? And it's kind of a two-edged sword in that way, where yes, there's so much room for potential. That's awesome. That's great to hear. But it's because they haven't done a whole lot to negate that fact, right? There's so much room for potential because there's not a whole lot being done in the proper way, I want to say. They need beta testers. They need to make sure their sets don't come out on time. They need to make sure their marketing team is up on top of everything to make sure that we're not getting last-minute news. We need to make sure that the waves are coming out appropriately without bad interactions, where the beta testers come in, and they come out on time. I don't want to hear, hey, we're adding beta testers to fix this, but it's going to take an extra month or two. No, that should not be it. That should not be it at all. You should be having your sets come out on time with beta testers. And I know for a fact there's a bunch of people. The team Heroic Starfish is in your area. They're a high level competitive play team that know the game inside and out. Have some of those people in your area just physical test the cards before you put them in the app. The physical cards, because your team isn't that large enough right now to work on multiple sets at a time. You're probably doing one set at a time, trying to get everything programmed, the cards right, all this stuff. When a new set comes out, like a lot of games out there that do card games, Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, all that stuff, they're working on 3 sets at a time. So they have the time to make the set, to test the set, to get the set implemented in a code, to give all the fun campaign stuff to do before it comes out, because they have like a year for each set, because 3 sets at a time means they can just kind of stagger them. You guys probably only have enough manpower to do 1 set at a time, so everything's feeling very rushed over there. Everything's feeling like it needs to come out at a certain time, and it does. You can't be delayed. But because of that, you need to be at a faster pace to keep up with all these other card games out there. You need to really crunch your timeline to make sure everything is coming out properly. And the developers can work on multiple sets at a time. Once it gets down the pipeline, once the developers get a full block of cards done, those guys need to then send the cards off to like a beta testing team. Start working on the next set. For like that, I don't know, 2 weeks or so. Just get a head start of the next set. Beta testers come back, find the interactions. Okay? Find the interactions. Take like a day or two, fix the broken interactions, send it back to the beta testers. Do this for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks back and forth with beta testers, changing cards, designing cards, like throwing caution to the wind while working on the new set. After that, after the beta testers come back, you find, okay, we think we found all the bugs. Awesome. Kudos. We did that. Now, with that set, send it off to the programmers to get it implemented. Because your cards are all done, right? Your cards are all done. Send it off to the programmers and the artists. Get your art for the card. Program the cards into the game so everything's working functionally, properly, okay. While you're working on the next set. Because the developers don't have anything to do but work on the next set. The developers should be constantly working on new cards, sending them off to the beta testers, working together. Then the artists, the programmers, should be working on the previous set for like a month, right? It should be like a month-by-month process. Maybe 2 months. The pipeline feels so weird because it's like, yeah, it should come out every 3 months. But in all reality, if you're ahead of the schedule and all this stuff, you shouldn't be putting it, because that's like a new set every month, which is really weird to me to say. But yeah, you should, maybe they should stagger it for like 2 months. I don't know. I'd have to write it on paper to get a proper timeline. But yeah, you should be working ahead while the developers and beta testers are doing the next set. Programs and artists should be working on the current set, getting that all flushed out, proper in the game, all this stuff, while the marketing team is also working on, okay, what kind of events can we do? This is the hard, concrete deadline. What can we do before then? What do we need to still work on? Management stuff? Do we need to work on advertising for the new set? When can we start doing that? So that everything comes out on the time that it is supposed to, and you're not feeling rushed, you're not feeling last minute. And it feels like everyone's playing a waiting game. They need digital beta testers. They do. That would be the better thing to do. The problem with digital beta testers is the simple fact of the matter is that if they had digital beta testers, that means that the physical sets were all made. They gave it to the coders. The coders got a month to get all the cards into the game, right? So that's like a month to design the cards, a month for the programmers to get into the game, then give the beta testers like a week, 2 weeks to break the game. Give the notes, send them back to the programmers, have them hotfix all the cards, what you think they should be doing, based on developer insight. The beta testers should not change the cards. Beta testers' sole goal is to simply say, hey, this is the broken interaction, fix it. Or this is too strong, here's my opinion on it. And it's up to the developers to then look at that, take the feedback, and then figure out what the proper changes need to be. Yeah, Ben did say a couple weeks ago that they were playing it in-house, Wave 5. Yeah. So obviously it's like all set digitally. If it's all set digitally, then yeah, then you can have a digital beta. In which case, give us the beta keys, man. Give us the beta keys. Let some of your players beta test the digital stuff. But yeah, digital. If you have digital beta testers, you need a larger company because you need to be working on multiple sets at a time, so that the developers can design the new cards while the digital people are beta testing it. Like I said, in my mind, it's all functioning, but I need to write it on a paper to make sure I'm not like, wow, you're giving like people 2 hours to work on a set, and I'm like, that is not right at all. That is not right at all. So don't quote me on any of this. But they need to make sure everything is being done at an appropriate pace, so no one falls behind, so no group is waiting on things. Everyone has something to do, and things are coming out appropriately with no hot fixes, no nothing. The community to beta test it. Oh yeah, I mean the community should be beta testing it. They should. There's no reason for us not to. It's yeah, the beta test should, like, in my opinion, here's how you do it. You either take like the top 50, top 100 people on ranked. Those are your people who have grinded, who have played the game so much, they know what they're doing, right? Take the top 50 or 100 people on digital ranked, or take your like top physical players, give them beta request invites, and say, hey, this is when the beta is open. It's open for like 1 weekend. You know, get as much play as you can in 2 days. Take notes Send us back what you think. Send us back what you found. But they literally can't just be like, hey, here's a beta key, jump in for a week. Like, you need to set aside a time for the beta to then come, or the alpha, I guess, in that phase, the alpha, to come out, test it for like a weekend, send them back notes, have them fix it, have them do whatever they need to do in-house. Then once that's all done, like, okay, hey, the next weekend beta is this weekend, can you do it? And then they go back in, play as much as they can for however much they can. Yeah, there should be some exclusivity to work for. Yeah, which is what I'm saying, like the top people on ladder, the top people in physical, like the people who they literally can trust, know the game inside and out, know the interactions really well, and have those people just try and break the game, come up with new innovative ways to play, all this stuff. Those should be your beta testers. Alpha and beta testers should be your top rated players that you trust to go in, play with the new set, find broken interactions, and just send them back feedback. That's it. Like, that's what the exclusivity should be, is your top players should be the ones to break your game before it comes out live. That's what it should be. That would give people, like, a reason to play competitively. Like, oh, man, if I make top 500 the next set, I'll be in the beta group. That's awesome. Like, I'll have a chance to be there to do it. And I think that's awesome. It gives people something to play for. People something to grind ladder for if they really love the game. Like, oh, man, I can help, like, make sure the next set doesn't come out with problems. I can put my heart and soul into the game and give them feedback on what I think is wrong or what I think they need to change. Like, that should be something that top-end players like Shibes and like Mud Turtle, people who go to these events, to play for. That's what I think. I think they need exclusivity in who they pick from to do their beta testing. That's it. Guys, we can continue this conversation as much as we want, but I say we at least get into the campaign. We at least get some playing done. As much as I love talking, and I do, trust me, I do. I think some talking over gameplay is the best to do. So we're going against Commander Jolty. Interesting. Or Commodore Jolty, not Commander Jolty. But, yeah, I mean, guys, if you want to keep talking, I will keep talking about this with you while we play the solo player campaign. But, yeah, the company... Actions speak louder than words, Archie. Play something. It's true, man. Actions speak so much louder than words. I could talk about this all day and nothing can change. And all I'm doing is spewing words. Colax, Ironbark, and Alara quickly set off into the jungle to find the now missing Colossus. What exactly are the Umbrans so obsessed with the Colossi? Ironbark thought out loud. But before anyone had time to answer, Yahar! You loot-robbing Sunday sailors! Alright, so I guess we're Ironbark going against Jolty. Here we go. Nothing like a good nature deck to start off the week. Woo! Nature. Favorite time of day. Alright, so he has... This is just his younger self. How can he be two places at once? I gotta get going on call for the weekend and going on vacation for 2 weeks starting Monday, so should get some stuff done before I get called in. Mud Turtle, have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for having a good chat with us. I hope you enjoy your 2-week vacation. And I will definitely look forward to seeing you at Gen Con in about a month. But until then, man, have a good one. Well, hopefully you're back on stream and I'll be able to talk to you a little bit. But, dude, have a fun vacation. That's really good. And I'm holding an item. It feels like someone is watching you. Is someone watching me? So I feel like if we do this... What does this guy do again? When you get attacked, rotate this buff 1 step backwards. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll look at the top 4 cards, see what we're getting. It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one at all. He's got himself a little bubble fish. Okay. I actually think we just pass. So what does the 8 mean? Oh, he draws 8 cards. Oh dear. Okay, never mind. Never mind. He draws 8 cards. Well, you're a horrible monster. An emote? Oh, this... Okay. Well, I'm going to take a bunch of pain here, aren't I? So he's going to draw 8 cards. Going to feel bad. Going to feel pretty bad, man. That'd have been nice. That'd have been really nice. I wonder if we just get like blown out here. Well, I mean, I really don't want to attack him. Because I'll just take 7 damage. Feels fine to do. Man, drawing 8 cards. That's brutal. Okay. Can't allow him to heal. Can't do it. Just can't do it. I mean, I could just be dead. This feels really bad. That's okay. So I'm gonna take 5, 6, 7, 8, going on to 3. What do I need to find here? That's terrible. This is rough. I mean, now I'm just dead if I attack. I have no ways to heal. I got no ways to heal. I guess if I lay an insect card. Oh! Oh, we are the greatest. We are the greatest. Okay, so we're going to take 5 next turn. We could just be dead. Yep, we're just dead. We're just dead. Alright. So, reasons we lost that game. No buff removal to kill his drawing 8 cards. That Storm Shaman was ridiculous. Oh my god, look, we have damage prevention. Alright. I think that's fine to have out right now. We'll pass. Insect Swarm is good. If we do this. This. Next turn we can Infected Wasp. He's gonna get 8 more cards. It's ridiculous. So 5 damage. Draw a card. Hopefully it's an attack. Nope. Better be an attack. That's not good. Alright, so he's going to get 8 cards on us again. If I'm going to fall for the same thing again... I legitimately just need to... Okay, well at least I have more defense now. But... Drawing 8 cards. He's gonna kill this. Oh, okay. I think that one. I mean, I'm gonna take a lot. Let's see what I can put into play here. A third one? No, I think I'll do that. Alright. Two moats. Orc Frou, have a good one, man. Have a good one. Delta one says Jester. Dude, I would love a Jester right now. You kidding me? A Jester would be amazing. Put that out. Okay. Okay. So as long as I do no damage, I'm fine. Just drawing cards. Question is there a Jester in this deck? Put that out. Feast and Mosquitoes is nice. Really, you're drawing 2 cards, you have nothing to do. Let's see here. So I need to find ways to pretty much either get rid of these or just not attack right now. Ooh. I think I'm fine. If I attack, I want it to be on one of these corners. The first card in your hand removes a card. What? That is so dirty. I guess I should have realized it's an animal card, but oh my word. When was anyone going to tell me about this? I feel like I just remove a moat right now. He's going to have so many cards in hand, I don't care if he draws all 8. Did I just not see that? That's ridiculous. The Lush Lost Ambusher and it... Okay. That's mean. Another treasure hunt. Okay. I need, what, 2 more buffs ahead of him? Right? Yeah, 2 more buffs. So if I lay this, then Feasting Skeetos. That is so rude. That hurts. Feels good. Feels good to me. Move one of them into play. That's better than playing. So next turn, 2 of his buffs go away. Fine, you know what? I don't care. So I still have 2 more buffs than him. That feels good. I feel like I'm doing a lot better this time around. Kill that right away. Not before I infected Wasp him, though. 1 extra damage counts. It counts, man. Oh, do I just win? Yeah, I just win. We're good. Never mind. Never mind. Alright. Any stars? Oh, so close. I bet if I removed a buff and played like 1 more turn, I could have got it. Could have got it. So close. Ooh, that's going to be good for Fairpang. That's going to be good for Fairpang if we ever bring him in here. Alright, let's do this. Onto the damaged Sludge Fin. 15 damage, or 15 health. On a tech one. Makes me think this utilizes a lot of those below 15.
Oh, ye be not... Oh, yeah. Oh, ye be not with the tusk mouths?
Jolty asked, confused.
No, we're chasing them,
Alara responded, clearly annoyed.
That be my mistake. I saw them sail towards the peak to the east.
They must be headed towards Fort Everrock, or Fort Havoc, Ironbark said.
Help me fix me ship and you can get a lift,
Jolty exclaimed as he rushed off into the jungle. So did he, like, just bail out of his ship? Like, and watch it crash? Captains need to go down with their ships. I don't care if it's a Commodore or what. You should have went down with it. You should have went down with it. So now we're playing as Jolty. Okay, fine with that. So, it would seem the only one they haven't met up with is Ferris. Right? Where is Maria? Or Malia? So 3 damage to all heroes. Does it include these guys? All of them are undead? Did we die in that car crash? Is this secretly an episode of Lost and we're all dead the entire time? I think it is. Why is everyone an undead? Why is everyone an undead? Does that matter? Are we all secretly dead? I have a feeling that's a little side note. It's like the episode of it's the movie Sixth Sense. We're all just undead. I feel like someone is watching. Yeah, the Grim Reaper. You're all dead. He's coming to collect your souls. Alright, what does he do? Okay. I still don't know why he has a shadow. Who has a shadow? Alara? Oh, the shadow item? Yeah, I know. So... I mean, I guess I just give them all wrenches? Right? Yeah? So there's a bug, there's no card back right there. So how do I fix this ship? No music? It's just really quiet. I can turn the hint. I need to help my opponent out. Okay. So if I do that, that can't rotate. What's in my opponent's hand? That one? So I need to help my opponent out. Oh. Oh. I should have got rid of this one. This, oh my word. Okay. Well, now we know, I guess. That's good, that's good. All these are good. So I really don't want this thing to rotate. Do I have to heal him back all the way up to 35? Is that what I have to do here? Okay, I can't let this one rotate. I can't do it. It's too much. Okay. Okay, so I do have to just heal him up. Okay. I can't die, though? I'm basically a god. Like, there's no way I'll die. Let's see what he has. Okay, that one is fine. What is this? Dangerous emissions. This one looks like the one to send back. The loose wiring is... I wish I could see the whole card. I can't see the top corners. I can't see the top corners. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. I'll take the 5 and 6. Those can be blocked easily. Confused shaman, look at that. I'll just heal him. Okay. I think I'm good. Another confused shaman. I'm liking it. Okay, now that I know what we're supposed to be doing, this isn't so bad. Yeah. There we go. That was super easy. Except it's dead. So we blew the ship up. Way to go. We fixed it with a bomb. Not bad. Okay, that one was fairly easy to do. A giant rock wing. Then if you turn, there's a chance that you get to move one buff from your deck into play. There's a chance. It's always a chance. To get to Dreadmire, the group first needed to fly across the vast mountain chain of steadfast peaks. The flight turned out to be more eventful than they had hoped for, but not necessarily less than they had expected. Active volcanoes, massive lava beasts, and elementals filled this fiery land. Alright. Who do I get to play as? I'm the ship! Alright, I am so down for this. I am the ship? Okay, so I gotta discard cards. Oh, okay, so I discard cards, use the turrets. Okay, now I'm understanding. Can only one be started at a time? Okay. I think only one can be stored at a time. That would make sense to me. And these are just like buff removal turrets. Yeah. Okay. What? Oh! Son of a... I thought they both did the same thing. But there's port and starboard. Look at that. I wasted it. I can't remove this thing. Alright, it helps to read the cards rather than just assume that it's the same thing. Maybe in the future, turn the cannon image the other way. Like, just flip the image. Make it so they don't look the exact same. That would help. Which you would find in the beta testing. Just saying. Beta testers would give you that information. Alright. Oh, you're... How did that come back? Oh, because of his... Because of the chance. Because of the chance. Alright, alright, alright. I'm very slowly understanding what this is all about. Very slowly understanding. My God. Alright. And this is a pain. I got rid of all my healing cards. I dished them all to draw. You're a monster. So... You've got to be kidding me. This chance is so high. Okay, it's not a chance anymore. It always happens. We're done with chances. You've gotten too many of them. I'm trying to win without using too many power cards so I can show this is done without it. And I already had to heal, so I essentially should just quit. This is ridiculous. Every turn. It's no longer a chance. It's every turn. So he's going to heal for 13. And I'm at 2. Yeah, it's no longer a chance. This is ridiculous. A chance. That's bogus. Wow. I had never gotten so steamrolled in my life. I think it was like 4 combos, too. It wasn't just a buff. It was combo buff after combo buff. Yeah, I'll do this. That was sad. Like, why even have Colax here? He's done me nothing but bad. Dude. For real. Like, for flippin' real. I should have scatter missiled. That was my own fault. I should have scatter missiled and then used the other cannon to get rid of both of his buffs. That was my fault. Because now I'm going to have no cards. I'll blame that one on me. I'm like, why is this happening? Alright, let's get another buff into play. Is the chance that high? Draw 3 cards, see what I get. Need to kill this magma worm. Ah. Alright, so I have scatter missiles and a cannon. I have those. Okay. Rubble Roach I'm not too worried about. I can time flicker now. Seriously. It's like every single turn. I want to know what the chance percentage on this. It's like 75%. I'm keeping my healing cards, though. I've found out that I need them very badly. Okay. I wanted to know to that one. Does it not alternate where they go? This is so sad. There's no rhyme or reason of where these cards go. Like the last one went into this one, I thought it would go to this one now. And why are they both under that one? Why? How do... What's happening? What's happening? How do I get cards into this one? The keyword is discarded. And in this one, it's just not. Okay, so I literally have to discard cards to go into this one. Okay. Okay. Finding these out ahead of time is really important. Okay, so the keyword is what makes them different. Gotcha. Using my old noggin now. So that's why he's here. He's the one that like loads this cannon. Yeah, I was like, why are they all going on separate ones? What's happening? Because once again, with the same image being here, I thought they were the same card. They need to just flip the image. It would make so much more sense to distinguish the two, because there is major differences between these two cards, and with the same image, everyone is going to be sitting here thinking, oh, they're the same card. That is so disconcerting. But yeah, there needs to be differences in the images if the cards are different. And if he gets a chance of putting a buff into play... Okay, now I can get rid of that. But yeah, it's like, this is... It's very disconcerting that I've made so many errors just because I'm basing it on the images alone. Okay. I don't care too much about that. It's just, it bypasses damage reduction and I don't have any right now, so... Okay, I can nitro heal. Good. Good, I can nitro heal. I'm gonna need it. This giant birdie. Dude. Oh, it reduces healing. That's what it does. I thought it was bypass damage reduction. I forgot about that. Okay, well that's going away. Oh no, it's not. I'm thinking of the other one. Just draws a card. Okay, I need to get rid of the soil. Now I can't. For flippin' real. Like, can this one be won? Without using power cards? How many combos have I gone through of his already? Because I feel like those are the big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all of his combos are gone. You beat it with 1 power card? Okay, so it is possible. Good, I got my healing. It's a stinking mountain breaker. Like, I feel like the way I'm going to end up winning this is just, like, controlling him and not really winning. That's true, unless they rig it with multiple heroes, yeah. Or multiple combos. Okay, well, unless he randomly gets another thing, I can't do anything to this board. Alright, I got healing, got card draw. Okay. Which, that one... I mean, I might as well, right? He doesn't have that many cards left. I might as well control as much as I can right now. Because I can't touch these mountain breakers. Okay, that's good. I'm going to go down to 9. I'm going to hope I just draw a healing. That's what I'm aiming for right now, is a healer. Because right now I'm at 8 effectively. He's got, what, 4 cards in hand? Ooh. Be something that'll heal. I mean, it'll heal. I feel at this rate, I'm not winning in damage. I'm going to end up milling him out. I thought I did heal for 7. Because I was at 14. Did I only heal for 4? Okay, so canceled. So I'm at 12. Just don't die. Just don't die, man. Come on. We got this. A rubble roach. And a mountain fort. Oh, I didn't even notice. I thought I was at 14 when I used it, I swear to God. Okay, I don't think I can afford to attack him again with that. I need to just... He's got 4 cards left. I need to... There was a second Giga Blender at the bottom, right? Oh god, this is... I'm just dead. Because I can't discard to heal for anything. Oh no, I can at least remove this. I can remove the buff. I can do that. I can do this just to heal. Okay, so I'll remove this. This all comes down to luck. I feel like a lot of these solo mission player campaigns do. Crystal Bat. Okay. Okay. Wait, why did I just draw? I have an ability? Guys, it really helps to read these cards. Oh, man. Alright. I'm going to remove this. And if I just die right now, wouldn't that be the bee's knees? So he's going to heal for 4. He's got essentially 3 cards. That would have been amazing to draw. That would have been amazing. Alright, don't have like a flame bat or anything. That's fine. No. No, you don't. You don't have this. And that. Okay. I think I need to do this so I get canceled. I'll take 6 going on to 6. As long as the 1 card in his hand isn't a 6 damage card. We did it. We did it. Oh my word, we did it. We milled him. We milled him, everybody. We're the greatest in the world. Just to get more points, we're going to damage him and card draw hit. Oh, man. Well, guys, we did it. We milled the son of a gun. Alright. We made many a misplay. Many a misplay. But at the end of the day, we got the final high score. Yes! After a long journey, the group finally reached Deadmire. From here, they would continue by foot towards Fort Havoc. This has been the second Colossus the Umbreath are known to have taken from General Carnage. What is it they want with them? Three stars. Story continues next week. All right. So many power cards. Oh yeah, and these things. There we go. I still don't know how to get rid of that one notification. Still don't know how. Oh! Big stretch. Alright. Alright. We're going to take a quick, short break. Let me stretch my legs a little bit. We'll come back. We're going to play some draft. Because like I said, I enjoy draft over anything else. Even if the rewards aren't there, I still enjoy drafting. I still do. So, hang tight. The chest on that match you have to do. What? The chest on the match. What do you mean the chest on the match? Oh, like the Umbreon Spy? There's the card on that match that I have to do. That's the one notification. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense then. Well, alright, guys. So when we come back, well, let's do this. When we come back, I'll leave it up to you. Do you guys want me to draft, or do you want me to do some single-player campaign to see how far we can get today? I know a lot of people have been grinding out the campaign, and I have been vested into it, so we'll see if you guys want to do that. When I come back, we'll probably do like a little poll, see what we get. But I'm going to stretch my legs. Give me a few minutes here, guys, and we'll be right back.